Dear, are you tired of counting coins at the end of the month while your friends count Louis Vuitton bags in their closets? I, Duchess Dollars, am here to end this nonsense. The truth hurts, but being poor hurts more. And do not come to me with that story about money does not bring happiness. Whoever invented that never slept on Egyptian 1,000 thread count sheets, nor woke up with a view of Central Park. The other day, my friend said that rich people also cry. Of course, darling. But we cry into silk handkerchiefs while our private driver takes us for therapeutic shopping on Fifth Avenue. Big difference. My Mr. Millionaire told me yesterday, "Darling, you have already spent too much this month." And do you know what I answered? "Darling, this month has just begun, and so have I. Because, unlike you, I was not born accepting crumbs. And if you are here, it is because the universe is screaming that you also deserve more. Look at me. Not at my diamond necklace, at my eyes. I was also once like you. I used to wear department store clothes and pretended to like cheap wine. The difference is that I decided I deserved more. And you? Will you continue pretending everything is fine while sharing a Coca-Cola with 3 other people at the restaurant? Today, I will share 3 bitter truths that will burn like 70% glycolic acid on your sensitive skin. But if you apply them and are not foolish, they will transform your bank account faster than my dermatologist transforms wrinkles into baby skin. And believe me, he charges $5,000 per session. Bitter truth number 1. Making money is a skill that is learned, not a stroke of luck. Stop thinking that getting rich is like winning the lottery. That is a poor person mentality. Getting rich is a skill that is learned, just like you learned. To apply false eyelashes without gluing your eyelids. The difference? Eyelashes stick your eyes for a few hours. Poverty sticks to your life forever if you do not do anything about it. You do not need an IQ of 180 or a Harvard diploma to understand money. My husband has 3 elite university diplomas and still asks me how credit card cashback works. I have 0 diplomas and 3 properties. Guess who will survive? If the apocalypse comes? Hint, it is not who knows how to quote Shakespeare. Just yesterday, I was at a polo match with my secret crush, Elon Musk. Do not tell Mr. Millionaire. And he told me, "Duchess, people think they need to be geniuses to get rich." And I said, "Darling, look at you. Clearly, one does not need to be. It is a joke. He is brilliant. But the point remains, traditional intelligence and wealth are not necessarily connected. Let us speak truths. Almost 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, including 40% of those who earn more than $100,000 a year. That is right, darling. That friend of yours who earns really well, probably just as broke as you, just with a better car in the shop, garage, and a credit card debt that would make even a banker faint. And do not think this is just a problem for those who earn little. A recent study showed that even people with high salaries have no emergency reserves. Almost 46% of adults in the USA would have difficulty covering a $400 emergency. Do you know what that means? That it does not matter how much you earn, but how you manage it. I have met doctors, lawyers, and executives who are rich on paper and poor in practice. Do you know why? Because they earn $500,000 a year, but spend $499,999 trying to impress people they do not even like. If you have a Porsche in the garage but have to check your balance before buying sushi, you are not rich. You are an actress in your own illusion. That is why financial education is not optional, it is survival. But not that boring financial education about cutting out coffee. Please spare me. If you are cutting coffee, the problem is not the coffee, it is your ridiculous income. We need to increase money coming in, not beg with the crumbs we already have. Those who know me know that I focus on how to earn more, not on how to divide a tiny salary. It is like that saying my personal finance trainer always says, "It is easier to increase revenue than to cut into the meat." And cutting into meat I only do at the premium butcher while choosing filet mignon for a dinner party of 12 guests that I do not even like, but need to impress to close deals. Bitter truth. Number 2. You are not late, you are being called. How many times have you thought, am I the type of person who can get rich? Or, is it already too late for me? Let me answer with complete sincerity. If you are asking yourself this, it is because something inside you knows you were born for more. I will tell you a secret. Sometimes when I am in my imported marble bathtub full of rose petals and dead sea salts, I look at my little dog Chanel, yes, her name is Chanel, and think, do I deserve all this? And do you know what she answers? Me with those little eyes? Of course you do, Mommy. In fact, you deserve more. Some people really do not care about money. They are happy living a mediocre life, splitting restaurant bills and buying clothes on sale. May God bless them, but clearly you are not one of them, or you would not be here with me. Splitting bills? Are you doing charity, my love? What is happening? God forbid. Just yesterday, I was on my private jet returning from Aspen with my Mr. Millionaire when I thought, there are people who really believe they were born to be poor. It is like those people who think being humble is a virtue. Darling, humility does not pay rent in Manhattan. The desire to build wealth is proof that this is the right path for you. It is like when you see a Chanel bag and your heart races. That is a sign, darling. It is not for you to pretend you did not see it and buy a cheap replica from Shein. By the way, whoever uses replicas is literally wearing their limitations. It is like walking around with a sign on your forehead saying, I do not believe I deserve the original. You know when you meet that ugly boy, but give him a chance because you think he will value you, and then he betrays you just like a handsome one would? That is how poverty treats you. You accept less than you deserve, and yet it still does not value you. Now, speaking seriously for a moment, wealth disparity is real. Studies show that the wealth gap between Black and white families has increased, not decreased. The average Black person has only $14,000 in assets compared to $250,000 for a white family. Similarly, LGBTQ+ people are 40% more likely to live below the poverty line. And first-generation students? Only 27% feel prepared to manage their finances after college. Do you think this is coincidence or planned? For me, it is clearer than a 5-carat diamond. The system was designed to keep us as cogs in the machine. But I, Duchess Dollars, am here to tell you, you do not need to accept this role. You can create your own system. As they say in the USA, do not hate the player, change the game. Like, if you are already past the age that Leonardo DiCaprio would date, stick with me and I will teach you how to get rich. It is not too late. In fact, it is the perfect time. Did you know that in the USA, the average age of self-made millionaires is 57 years? That is right, darling. Youth is beautiful, but experience makes bank accounts. And stop trying not to want what you want. This technique does not work. You pretending that you do not want that Hermes bag will only make you want it even more. Accept your desires and use them as fuel, not as guilt. Our love language is money, and there is nothing wrong with that. Bitter truth. Number 3, your identity is not a barrier. It is your superpower. Everything you are, woman, immigrant, Black, Latina, LGBTQ+, first generation with a degree, all of this that the world says are disadvantages can be your greatest advantages if you know how to use them. Look at me, darling. I do not mix with poor people. The energy is different. But that does not mean I do not understand what it is like to be underestimated. As a woman, I have been to meetings where men talk to me as if I were my millionaire. Husband-ass ornament. Little did they know that the last 3 deals were closed by yours truly. Let me be brutally honest. When everyone in the market looks the same, being different is not a problem. It is an opportunity. Look at my channel. I am not like other boring financial experts wearing ties and talking about compound interest. I am Duchess Dollars, darling. I talk about money while wearing a tiara and drinking champagne at 11 in the morning on a Tuesday. Sad Tuesdays is the day I pretend to work. Do you know why I have 2 million followers? Because I am authentic. Yes, authentic in my diamonds, in my sarcasm, and in my bitter view of the world. I do not try to be what I am not. And you? Are you trying to fit into the little box that the world built for you? Okay, fine. I still do not have 2 million subscribers, but I will. People do not connect with numbers. They connect with people. Your story, your unique experience, your perspective, all of this can be transformed into something valuable. One of my followers, owner of a luxury skincare brand with Latin American ingredients, transformed her cultural heritage into a $1 million business. She did not hide her roots. She highlighted them and priced them appropriately. Today, she has a mansion in Beverly Hills, and her poor ex-boyfriend, who said she was wasting time with those cream things, cries every time he sees her Instagram. Poetic justice, darling. Speaking of poetry, have you heard this one? Roses are red, violets are blue. Working for others enriches only the boss, not you. It is not Shakespeare, but it is the absolute truth. Here is a truth that nobody tells you. To build wealth, you need 2 ingredients: calculated risk and separating your work from your income. Hard work alone does not build wealth. If it did, that housekeeper who cleans 5 houses a day would be a millionaire. My parents who worked to get rich would be billionaires, and I would not have been born tired. The secret is to work smart and take calculated risks. Let us be clear. Rich people work with glamour. Poor people work with sweat. And I prefer 1,000 times to work with air conditioning looking at an incredible view than under the hot sun, depending on transportation vouchers. Working is not for everyone, darling, and that is okay. And most importantly, every dollar you earn cannot come exclusively from your sweat. At some point, you need to make money while you sleep, while you are on the beach in Mykonos, or while you watch Netflix eating $200 sushi. That means becoming an owner, not just an employee. For you to attract successful men, you need to be successful. What are you successful at? You do not need to have a lot of money. Can you at least finish a diet? Or learn self-makeup so you do not look like a panda every time you meet a potential millionaire? Start with small victories. This means you need to stop being the person who does the work and become the person who owns the work. It is the difference between having a beauty salon where you serve clients 12 hours a day or owning a chain of salons where other people serve while you collect profits from New York while sunbathing in Miami. They have already explained to me what a salary would be, but I still could not understand minimum wage. And I do not want to. The word salary comes from salt, which is how they paid Roman soldiers. Darling, I do not want grains of salt. I want $100 bills. How to put this into practice if you are not foolish? Adopt the identity. Say out loud, I am a future millionaire. No, seriously, say it now. I will wait. Did you say it? I am not joking, darling. Say it. Good. You are not pretending. You are claiming what is yours. The Bible says ask and you shall receive, but it does not specify that you should ask big. While other women are asking for enough to pay the bills, I am asking for enough to buy the company that issues the bills. Join a community. People in wealth-building communities are 2.5 times more likely to act toward their financial goals. That is why I created this channel. Not for you to watch alone in the bathroom hiding from your poor boyfriend, but for you to connect with other women who are tired of crumbs. By the way, where can you find potential millionaire partners? Expensive hotel restaurants, just order. A coffee, golf courses, polo matches, and anywhere with champagne at more than $50 a glass. But remember, to attract a rich person, you have to look like you belong in that environment. Ask the question that changes everything. What would be possible if I were earning much more money? Do not worry about the how yet. Dream first. A Harvard Business Review study showed that people who visualize success are 33% more likely to reach financial milestones. And no, I am not talking about the law of attraction, where you visualize a Ferrari and expect it to appear in your garage. I am talking about really creating a plan for the life you want, not for the life your parents or society planned for. You. Start your wealth journal. Write down your vision. What would wealth allow you to do? Who would you help? How would you feel waking up every day? People who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. And, believe it, I do this myself. Monday is the new Friday for me, but every Monday morning I still write my financial goals for the week. Between one mimosa and another, of course. I need to wake up early at 10 to go to the gym and then plan my week. Stop gambling. I only play if the prize is a millionaire husband or a private island. Otherwise, my love, I prefer to bet on myself. Do you want to play the lottery? Darling, you already lost when you were born poor. You will have to play the entrepreneurship game now. Casino is entertainment for those who have not yet learned that the biggest stroke of luck is a stable union with someone from Forbes. Dear, you are not broke. You are not bad with money. You were not born for poverty. These are lies you tell yourself. You are not broke. You are pre-rich. And yes, I invented that word because I can. When Jesus said, "It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to enter the kingdom of God," he certainly was not talking about rich women. After all, every queen deserves a crown, whether on earth or in heaven. Girls, never forget, God created Eve from Adam's rib, not from the cheapest bone in the body. He chose premium. You should also choose premium for your life, be it products, experiences, or relationships. Remember, rich people work with glamour, poor people work with sweat. And I prefer 1,000 times the air conditioning of the luxury office to the heat of the street. Stop thinking you need a man to be happy. We only need money and new clothes. I am Duchess Dollars, and I am here to transform you from pre-rich to effectively rich. Because being single is not a reason to be sad, being poor is. If this content is opening your mind, click subscribe now, activate the bell, and leave your like. The faster you implement these 3 bitter truths, the faster your bank statement will stop depressing you every time you look at it. I left in the first pinned comment several links to rich products that will help you start this journey. Comment below, "Rich now," if you loved this video and are ready to stop being foolish. Rich kisses, Duchess Dollars.